guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are reading Moon Rabbit and we're carrying on our theme of the night time. Now I still have my blanket on me and I'm going to snuggle up nice and warm with my cushion. And yes, and with my bunny as well, which my bunny is here. I thought it's gone missing. Now how upset would I be if my lovely bunny went missing? You know, I wouldn't have someone to be there for me anymore. Is that the same with one of your teddies maybe at home? Think about that for a moment. Could you not live without a teddy? So I couldn't live without this bunny. Maybe you couldn't live without a bunny, or a bear, or a giraffe. I don't know. Many things. Okay, right. Let's read Moon Rabbit. And I have some amazing volunteers to act out our story for us. Who's it gonna be? Okay. Little Rabbit liked living in the city. This is Little Rabbit. Hello, my name's Little Rabbit. Little Rabbit is going to sit just there. And you will still be able to see Little Rabbit. There we go. Little Rabbit liked living in the city. She had her own place to stay, her favourite cafe, and so many things to see and do. But at night, when everything was quiet and Little Rabbit was all alone, she'd look up at the moon and wonder if there was someone out there. Someone she could play with, laugh with, and have fun with. Someone just like her. It would be nice to meet another little rabbit, she thought. When the city became very busy, Little Rabbit would go to the park to read her book. One day, as Little Rabbit read, she heard the most beautiful music floating on the air. She laid back and listened. The park was so peaceful and the sun was warm that Little Rabbit's eyes began to close, and very soon she was fast asleep. We still have Little Rabbit. She's fast asleep now. When Little Rabbit woke up, the sun had gone and the moon was shining brightly. It was past Little Rabbit's bedtime, but in the distance she could hear music, and it was the kind of music she liked. So Little Rabbit picked up her book and followed the sound through the trees, and there she saw a brown rabbit who was playing guitar, making music that made Little Rabbit want to dance. So she stayed for a while, and here we have our brown rabbit. And our brown rabbit is going to sit with the little rabbit, and they are going to be best friends. As Brown Rabbit played, Little Rabbit danced. The little rabbit told tales of the city and Brown Rabbit listened. Together they watched the changing moon until the birds sang to the morning sun. And for a while, Little Rabbit forgot about her life back in the city. The two rabbits had picnics in the sunshine and a game of hide and seek. They made each other laugh, and Little Rabbit was happy to have found a new friend. One dark night, Little Rabbit saw the city, lights glowing in the distance, and suddenly the little rabbit felt sad. The city is so beautiful, she sighed. Brown Rabbit was quiet. How could anything be as beautiful as the moonlit park, he thought. Brown Rabbit didn't like to see his new friend feeling sad, so he played his guitar and danced around Little Rabbit. He even stood on his head, anything to make her laugh, to see her smile. But there was nothing he could do to make her happy. It's time for me to go home, said Little Rabbit. So early the next morning, Little Rabbit returned to the city. So Little Rabbit says bye to her friend and she goes back into the city. Now Brown Rabbit is all by himself. Back in her home, back to her favourite cafe, and back to all the things she liked to see and do. She no longer gazed at the moon and wondered if there was someone out there. Another little rabbit just like her. Because she knew that that was, and he was coming to visit the very next day. So, Little Rabbit is in the city, but then Brown Rabbit comes to visit Little Rabbit. And that is the end of the Moon Rabbit. So now they are both friends. But friends can be a long way away. Now, for example, you might have a friend that lives all the way in the city, and then you live all the way in the countryside, so it's hard for you to see each other. But then one day, when you come and see your other friend, you feel united and happy. Do you have a friend? Do you have a really good friend, a best friend that you love, or that's on the other side of the city? And you're just like, oh, I really want to see them. And then one day you see them and you're so happy. Maybe you have a friend like that. For example, I have a best friend that's always there for me and always cares. And yes, sometimes we might argue and fall out, and we might go and spread our wings and go somewhere else. But we will always be back together. I really enjoyed that story. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching this weekend, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye, guys.